Hey guys, it's Brandon here, and we're on site today in sunny, beautiful North Myrtle Beach at the Avista Resort. Now, in this video, I'm going to take you into a condo, a one-bedroom, one-bathroom. We're going to do a walkthrough. You're going to see it's beautiful and gorgeous, a nice balcony view. We're also going to hop into a profit and loss statement for both a cash scenario purchase and a financing scenario purchase, where we cover the gross operating income, all of your operating expenses for the year, and the profit and loss at the end there. Now, we'll also look at your appreciation. If you time the market right and you buy low and sell high, how much can you make owning and operating a one-bedroom oceanfront condo right here at the Avista? We're also going to look at your depreciation, just how much you can write off on your taxes, again, owning and operating an oceanfront condo right here in our market. Now, I want you to stay tuned for the attractions. I'm going to cover all of the attractions that create the strongest draw for your guests. Why are they renting these units from places like Barefoot Landing, golf courses, Broadway at the beach, medieval times, Pirate's Voyage, all the really cool stuff that the tourists rent these units for? It's going to be covered in the video. Now, I want you to watch the must-see investors playlist. Guys, I interviewed Gosha Cook. She owns 24 properties. She's an accountant by trade. She has a very conservative approach to investing, bought many of her condos cash. Again, she owns 15 Myrtle Beach oceanfront condos. She spills the beans on all the secrets. I interviewed Matt Freeze. He owns 11 oceanfront condos. He's a lender by trade. He is not as conservative. He's more of a risk taker. He made $1.4 million in profit, averaging $22,500 a year per condo in profit over an 8-year period. That's $1.4 million on 8 oceanfront condos. You want to hear what Matt has to say if you're seriously considering investing. Now, I also interviewed Gosha Cook. She owns 27 Myrtle Beach oceanfront condos, over $10 million worth of real estate in our market, but she lives in Florida. Now, why doesn't she own any condos in Florida? Why does she own all of her properties here? Well, guys, you have to watch the must-see investors playlist to get answers to your questions so that you can be equipped to be a savvy investor in Myrtle Beach oceanfront condos. I don't want you to step into the pitfalls that amateur investors make, like allowing your HOA fee to drive where you invest. No, stop it. No amateur mistakes. I want you to win, and I want you to win big in Myrtle Beach oceanfront condos. It's super important that you get your first investment right, because it can stifle you and set you back for your next investment. And we all know that building wealth in the real estate game, it's a snowball game. That's how it works. You buy one, 4 or 5 years later, you do a cash out refi, you buy another one, you repeat the process, and before you know it, you own 27 like Rufia. Anyways, watch the video through to the end, because I have chocked it full of all of the information that you need to be a savvy investor. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It only takes you a second. It goes a long way for me. And drop me a comment so that I can do my best to leave you a comment back. Guys, I don't want to hold us up. Let's get into the Avista Resort right here in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. You'd like to invest in an oceanfront condo at a beach resort. I'd like to show you how they make profit and break down all their expenses so you understand how they operate, how they appreciate over time, and how to choose the right property manager for your goals. I'd also like to let you know what your HOA includes, how the location best services the tourist booking your unit, how your tourist can navigate the area to the best attractions, restaurants, and local events. I'd like to give you a market report on the resort that you're checking out today so that you make savvy investment decisions. And if you stay tuned until the end, I'll show you my top picks for the units that have appreciated the most in our market or generated the most gross rental income. So no matter if you're a first-time investor, a seasoned professional transitioning into the real estate game, or simply a casual investor who wants to buy an oceanfront condo to rent out while you're not using it for vacation. Whether you've got 15% to pay down because you're financing or you're a cash buyer, if it's an oceanfront condo you're after, you'll be better, because I'm aiming to give you a 10 times return on your time for watching this video to the end. All right, guys, we are on site in North Myrtle Beach right here at the Avista Resort. I'm just going to zoom in on the sign so you can see it, Avista. Now, you can see just a little bit further down the road here, we have a little beach club, Across the street, we have the parking deck for the Avista. You've got some smaller little, duplexes, triplexes, beachfront, second row from the beach homes. You do have the Tillman right here next door. This is the Tillman Beach and Racquet Club. You have the Ashworth, which is another oceanfront condo or resort just down the way there. And of course, down this road, you can see plenty of oceanfront condo or resorts. That's the Tillman directly across the street. And this is just public parking. So let's get in here and check it out. Right down this way, though, is beach access. Just heads up. Yeah, you do have entrance with stairs right over here. I'm going to walk up the ramp because I need the cardio. Now, peak season is April through September. That's when you're going to make the bulk of your money. June, July, and August, you should make enough money if you have a top-notch unit to cover all of your operating expenses for the year, to include your principal and interest. Check it out, guys. I just wanted to catch that little sign. Looks pretty cool. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, we made it. Here's your front desk. Pretty cool. Very modern. Very, very nice. You can see stairs up top. And then your stairs here. I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because you can enjoy and increase the passive income of your oceanfront condo through the 20 to 22 million tourists that visit the #2 vacation destination on the East Coast each year. Not only can you enjoy the equity paid for by visiting tourists, but you can also anticipate the over 100% appreciation experience at many of the oceanfront resorts in our market during the recent decade. I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because you can depreciate them, reducing your overall tax burden, keeping more money for you and your loved ones, and ensuring unnecessary taxes aren't paid. Let's get in unit 506 right here at the Avista Resort. Now, as soon as you walk in, you will notice tile flooring. You have a restroom here. You have the main living room there. And of course, to our left, we have the bedroom. Nice 2 full-size beds, as you can see. Flat screen TV in the corner. There's a closet here. Good size closet, actually, as you can see. More beds, more heads. The more heads you can sleep, the more bread you're going to make renting these condos out. Now, this is your restroom. It is a spacious restroom, as you can see. Nice tub. It is tiled. Shower. And again, spacious. All right, let's get in here. This is going to be your washer and dryer, which is great for those longer-term tenants. And just in general, you got a stove, microwave, refrigerator, sink, dishwasher, literally everything that you need on a vacation. Nice LVP flooring. You do have a Murphy bed. This pulls down, as you can see, to sleep more people. That's at least 6 heads. And of course, your living room. You have a dining room section. You have a flat screen TV, nightstands. And of course, this is most likely a pull-out couch. Sleep 8 people in here easy. Now, your moneymaker is right here. Get ready, guys. Look at that, man. Absolutely stunning. Look at those on-site amenities. Look at that ocean view. You cannot beat the Avista Resort view. Absolutely stunning. I mean, who would not want to vacation here? And this is what you're paying for. You're paying for that view right there. Sand and ocean, multi-million-dollar amenities. Absolutely stunning right here at the Avista Resort. Guys, that pretty much wraps up our tour. In this video, I've shown you the resort, explained the property, and given you a walkthrough of the property. But next, I'll cover the accommodations and amenities offered by the resort and give you a walkthrough of the amenities so you can see why tourists choose oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Then I'll discuss on-site versus off-site management so that you learn how to maximize profitability on your unit and avoid the pitfalls other investors have made. Then I'll cover what your HOA fee pays for, how your resort's location creates a convenience for tourists that keeps them coming back for our attractions, restaurants, and local events, and also how your tourists can navigate the area. Next, I'll discuss how this resort has appreciated, average occupancy rates, and average gross rental income based on unit bedroom count for our market. And I'll share a really big secret I learned from a former client that was featured in Forbes magazine on how to increase your occupancy rates. After that, I'll discuss buying an oceanfront condo as a second home versus as an investment property, how a light cosmetic remodel can boost your occupancy rates and gross rental income, and I'll give you a quick market report on this resort so that you make savvy investment decisions. Finally, I'll break down your projected gross rental income and all your expenses for both a cash and financing purchase so that you understand how operating an oceanfront condo impacts you financially. Then finally, I'm going to give you my top resort picks based on which resorts have appreciated the most and have the best projected profitability. All right, we're coming off the elevator on the ground floor. Pretty cool little TV here. We've got pool here. All right, indoor lazy river. Check it out. Check it out. I'm going to take you around this way. We're going to circle around. We have a pool here, as you can see. Now, guys, April through September, again, that's peak season. If you're doing it well, June, July, and August, you should make enough money on your oceanfront condo to pay all of the operating expenses for the year. We learned that from Matt Freeze in the investor interview. Lazy river, as you can see, pretty cool. And then, of course, we have a 3-foot kiddie pool here. Now, we do have an exit here, as you can see, that takes you out to Ocean Boulevard. Towels here. I want to take you this way. Water fountains, as you can see here. Plenty of chairs and seating, floats. Let's get outdoors. Let's get outdoors and see what's going on. Look at this lazy river. Look at this. Look at this resort, man. Super cool. Look at this bridge. All right. Plenty of tables and chairs for seating, as you can see. Again, lazy river. Tables and chairs. This is going to be your little tiki bar situation. And as you can look, we are literally engulfed by the Avista Resort all over. Now it is November, and it's during the week, so it's a little bit slower. 3-foot hot tub, pool, 3.5 foot pool, little kiddie, 1-foot pool. This place is gigantic, guys. 3.5 foot pool here. You have a 3-foot hot tub here. The Avista is monstrous. Look at that resort, guys. Lazy river here. Now I'm going to take you up top on this bridge. Looks like you got a shower right here by the door. Take you up top on this bridge, so hopefully I can peer over and show you your beach access is here, as you can see. See that little wooden right there? That's your beach access. Now, all along The ocean front here, you can see those umbrellas. That's places to lay out. Let's get over there real quick and check it out. You can't really get a good view from up here. I was hoping that view would be a little bit better. It looks like they have another tiki bar that's actually ocean front, or yeah, ocean front right here. Let's get over there and check it out. How do we get through this door? Let's see if this works. All right. Wasn't too locked. Parking under there. Checkers, life-size checkers. Picnic tables. Looks like more parking that way. That's your beach access. We'll go up there in just a minute. Cocktails. As you can see, beer, kids smoothies. Cool little place to hang out. Place to eat. And of course, tables and chairs to lay out.
And $2,000 on a purse.
You kept the goal in front of you the whole time.
This is more important.
Yeah.
I do like a car that I have, but that doesn't mean that I had to have it back then. That wasn't my priority.
Yeah.
But at some point, as our portfolio was growing and we were able to just buy what we like, then we're picking what we want, what options, and what color. Back then, if I found a good deal car, because it was time to change the car, that's what I was driving.
Absolutely.
But I didn't feel, I think deprived is the word that I was looking for. I didn't feel deprived back then. My standard of life was great for me back then.
And it's still great for you now.
For me
you kept it balanced.
You have to evolve in life. If you're staying at the same level, I don't think I could.
It's not enjoyable at all.
No.
All right, guys, we're coming off the elevator on the 4th floor. As you can see, the fitness center and the treetop lounge and the south tower. This way, your treetop lounge is right here. You can see this cool little setup that they have. We can't get in there. It's locked. There's obviously a waiting area, so they might get full sometimes. But you can kind of see there's a little bar in there and obviously tables. And that is going to be, let's see if I can zoom in some. Yeah, it won't change. All right, so that is going to be Ocean Boulevard facing, not ocean front. Now, the fitness center should be this way as well. Kind of see the view. Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, our fitness center is this way. That is Ocean Boulevard. There. Let's see if we can get in the fitness center. Oh, this is guest laundry. Looks like the lights are off. Check that out. Not bad. Okay, fitness center. Oh, guys, I'm walking right by it. Here we go. Let's see if this works. Okay, it does. And again, fitness center is Ocean Boulevard facing. As you can see, there are plenty. You got ellipticals, treadmills, flat screens, obviously mirrors. Hi. Bikes. How you doing, sir? Free weights. Pretty cool little setup and some equipment here. And of course, all of this is Ocean Boulevard facing. All right, we're going to get really quick into the gift shop. They've got, it's called the Pearl Gift Shop. You can see it here. Cool little gift shop right here outside of the registration desk. DVDs, lounge area. Again, another lounge area. Elevators. All right, guys, we're getting into just main, as you can see here. Very nice entrance. A wine selection. There's a buffet here to the right. Plenty of tables, as you can see. Very, very cool. Now, on-site versus off-site property management, very simply, guys, you always want to self-manage. You do not want to hand your profits over to a property management company. Plus, If you're serious about building a robust portfolio, well, guys, guess what? You taking the helm and doing this the first year or two is going to provide you with the experience that you need in order to better understand your investment and your money. So that way, when you do hand it off to a property manager, you'll know what to look for if they're doing a good job or not. Additionally, no one's going to manage your property like you are. And I will tell you, if you're thinking to yourself that you don't have time because you have a full-time job and you can't handle anything else, then you're wrong. You need to get focused. You need to get self-disciplined. You need to get serious with yourself about your future and your retirement. Now, here's the deal. Matt Freeze owned 11 oceanfront condos, and he owns a mortgage brokerage. He's got a full-time day job and manages his oceanfront condos from his phone and his laptop. Gosha Cook owns 15 oceanfront condos, 2 commercial properties, and a long-term rental. Manages them. She leverages technology. She also owns a property management company and has 110 doors that she's responsible for. The point is that, very simply, lots of people are managing this type of rental right from their phone. They're syncing their calendar with their cleaning lady's calendar. And, she's going and cleaning that unit. They're handling guests through automated text messages and emails right there on the platform. It is not rocket science. You can completely run this from your phone and your laptop. And you can be out of state. Matt Freeze is out of state. There are plenty of out-of-state investors that buy these condos and manage them all the time. Do I run into a lot of husband-wife couples that do this? Absolutely. If that's you, give me a call. It's 843-360-1737. I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because this is the fastest growing area out of the 150 most populated areas in the entire United States for the last 3 years in a row, according to U.S. News and World Report. This helps to insulate our market from many of the ups and downs that the rest of our nation's real estate market experiences. This can help you have a more stable rental property. I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because they have a tremendous upside when compared to money market accounts and the stock market, due to the appreciation they earn and the potential of higher annual yields through their gross rental income when compared to these other investments. Money market accounts and the stock market don't have the upside of added appreciation. I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because while our prices have risen and have held their value, we're also much cheaper than other places like Florida. Where else can you go and find an oceanfront condo for as little as $100,000? If you're getting into the real estate game or expanding your current portfolio, the bang for your buck is sitting right on the Myrtle Beach, South Carolina oceanfront. So, do you think the Myrtle Beach market is oversaturated with vacation rentals?
It's not oversaturated. The saturation has always been here. They can only build up. All right. There's not more beach. They've always been short-term rentals for the last, how many years?
Years and years and years and years and years. And I'm super glad that you said, it's not saturated because they've always been here. Basically, this is not something new. This might be new to you as a viewer or new to you as an investor, but in our market, people have been doing short-term oceanfront rentals for years.
What's new is being able to cut out the middleman. You can cut out the front desk. You don't have to use on-site property management. You can use Airbnb, you use BRRRR, and you can manage it yourself.
Yeah, technology's really enabled you to cut out that middleman. So, I recently heard somebody talking about, the Airbnb market is on the downturn, doom and gloom. Well, guys, I don't foresee people not liking the beach anymore. It's like the mountains. Like, people like the mountains, people like the beach. That's not going to change. And as long as the ocean's still here and the oceanfront condos are still here, people are going to keep renting these just like they've done for years and years and years. In my opinion, I feel like it's, with the historical evidence that we have backing it up, in my opinion, it's a very safe investment for a proactive investor.
Right.
Yeah. Now stay tuned, because coming up in the rest of the video, I'll cover what your HOA fee pays for, how your resort's location creates a convenience for tourists that keeps them coming back for our attractions, restaurants, and local events, and also how your tourists can navigate the area. Next, I'll discuss how this resort has appreciated, average occupancy rates, and average gross rental income based on unit bedroom count for our market. And I'll share a really big secret I learned from a former client that was featured in Forbes magazine on how to increase your occupancy rates. After that, I'll discuss buying an oceanfront condo as a second home versus as an investment property, how a light cosmetic remodel can boost your occupancy rates and gross rental income, and I'll give you a quick market report on this resort so that you make savvy investment decisions. Finally, I'll break down your projected gross rental income and all your expenses for both a cash and financing purchase so that you understand how operating an oceanfront condo impacts you financially. Then finally, I'm going to give you my top resort picks based on which resorts have appreciated the most and have the best projected profitability. As we're getting to the beach access, let's cover what your HOA fee includes right here at the Avista Resort. Guys, electric in the common area, water and sewer, trash pickup, elevator service, pool service, landscape lawn, insurance, manager, legal and accounting, primary antenna, cable TV, common maintenance and repair, electric in the unit, which is a big one, telephone service in the unit, internet access, and pest control. Now, insurance. Let's talk through insurance. Guys, essentially, your exterior building insurance is included in that monthly HOA fee. So if there's a hurricane or a storm or something damages the exterior part of the building, anything on that glass, those balconies, any of that, that's going to be covered through the insurance payment that you make with your HOA fee. Now, you need to make sure that you get HO6 policy. Some HOA fees do include your HO6 policy. If they do include it, you need to investigate whether or not they include lost gross rental income. The reason why is if they have to shut your floor down for construction during those winter months, and that's when they do a lot of their construction, then you want to be sure that you can still collect gross rental income even though you can't rent your unit. So if the HO6 policy is included in the HOA fee, do a deeper dive. Now, your HO6 policy includes the interior part of the unit. That's stud to stud. So you have exterior building insurance included in your HOA fee. You have interior stud to stud building insurance in the HO6 policy. And you want to make sure that the HO6 policy includes lost gross rental income. Now, if your HOA fee does not include HO6 insurance, you can get in contact with me, and I'll put you in contact with a local insurance company that is going to write you an HO6 policy and take care of everything that you need. A savvy investor realizes these are just the cost of doing business and running the business. You're protected on the exterior, you're protected on the interior. It's that simple and that easy. Here are the attractions that create the strongest draw for your guests. Now, Barefoot Landing in North Myrtle Beach is a vibrant waterfront destination that seamlessly blends shopping, dining, and entertainment. Now, set along the Intercoastal Waterway, this expansive complex features over 100 specialty shops and boutiques, offering everything from fashion and accessories to unique gifts and coastal treasures. Culinary enthusiasts can indulge in a diverse array of restaurants, including the upscale Greg Norman Australian Grill, the lively Lulu's Beach Arcade and Ropes Course, and the family-friendly Crooked Hammock Brewery, known for its craft beers and relaxed atmosphere. Entertainment options abound with venues like the Alabama Theater, showcasing musical performances, and the House of Blues, hosting concerts and events. Now, families can explore attractions like Alligator Adventure, one of the largest reptile facilities in the world, or enjoy seasonal events like Summerfest and holiday fireworks. Whether you're seeking a leisurely stroll, a shopping spree, or an evening of live entertainment, Barefoot Landing offers a memorable experience for visitors of all ages. Now, the Greg Rouse Legacy Theater is a premier entertainment venue that offers a unique and intimate live performance experience. Founded by acclaimed entertainer Greg Rouse, the theater showcases a variety of shows, including the popular Music and Memories series, which features a world-class cast and band performing beloved songs from past decades. Each performance is 100% live and changes nightly, ensuring a fresh experience for returning guests. The theater has been recognized as WMBF's Best Show of the Grand Strand in 2024, highlighting its commitment to quality entertainment. With a seating capacity of 800, the venue provides an intimate setting that fosters a sense of community and connection between performers and the audience. In addition to its diverse musical offerings, the theater honors military personnel and first responders with special discounts, and during the summer offers promotions such as 2 free child tickets with the purchase of an adult ticket. The Greg Rouse Legacy Theater stands as a testament to Rouse's dedication to creating memorable, family-friendly entertainment that resonates with audiences of all ages. Pirates Voyage. Now, guys, they are doing acrobatics. It's a red team and a blue team of pirates, and they are jumping in the water. They are playing with fire. They are getting all of the guests involved. It is a dinner show, and while you're having dinner and they're serving you great food, they're getting you involved in what they're doing. It is a lot of fun. Your kids, your family is going to enjoy it so much. You don't want to miss the Pirates Voyage. The Alabama Theater, nestled in North Myrtle Beach, Barefoot Landing, has been a premier entertainment venue since its inception in 1993 by the renowned country music band Alabama. Celebrated as the #1 live entertainment theater in the area, it offers a diverse array of performances that captivate audiences of all ages. From February through October, the theater showcases its signature variety show, Iconic, a dynamic production featuring a blend of country, pop, rock, and Broadway hits, complemented by state-of-the-art visuals and choreography. As the holiday season approaches, the venue transforms to present the South's grandest Christmas show, a festive extravaganza filled with traditional and contemporary holiday music, dance, and comedy. Throughout the year, the Alabama Theater also hosts an impressive lineup of guest artists, including notable names like Josh Turner, the Oak Ridge Boys, and Jay Leno, ensuring a memorable experience for every visitor. With its commitment to high-quality performances and family-friendly atmosphere, the Alabama Theater remains a must-visit destination for those seeking top-tier entertainment in the Grand Strand region. Now, guys, the House of Blues in North Myrtle Beach, located at Barefoot Landing, is a premier entertainment venue that combines live music, Southern-inspired cuisine, and vibrant atmosphere. Established in 1997, this 59,000-square-foot facility features a 2-level music hall with a standing capacity of 3,500 and seating for 500 people, hosting a variety of concerts and events throughout the year. Now, the venue includes a restaurant and a bar that offers signature dishes like voodoo shrimp and jambalaya, alongside craft cocktails and an extensive beer selection. Additional spaces, such as the deck, provide outdoor seating with live music and happy hour specials, with its unique blend of music, food, and art. The House of Blues offers an unforgettable experience for visitors and locals alike. The Carolina Opry Theater is right here in Myrtle Beach, not North Myrtle Beach, but it's close enough to North Myrtle Beach for you to go. So basically, it's a premier entertainment venue renowned for its high-energy variety shows that blend music, comedy, and dance. Founded by Calvin Gilmore in 1986, the theater has been a cornerstone of Myrtle Beach's live entertainment scene, offering performances that feature a cast of over 35 talented artists. Notable shows include the award-winning The Carolina Opry, the nostalgic Time Warp, and the festive Carolina Opry Christmas Special, each delivering a unique and captivating experience. The theater's luxurious setting, equipped with state-of-the-art lighting and sound systems, ensure an unforgettable experience for audiences of all ages. Recognized as a top attraction in Myrtle Beach by CNBC, the Carolina Opry continues to be a must-visit destination for visitors seeking top-tier entertainment along the Grand Strand. Now, for all you golf enthusiasts, you do not want to miss Barefoot Resort and Golf. Now, it's right there in North Myrtle Beach. It is a premier golf destination featuring 4 championship courses designed by renowned architects Greg Norman, Davis Love, Tom Fazio, and Pete Dye. Now, each course offers a unique golfing experience. The Norman course showcases 7 holes along the Intercoastal Waterway. The Love course incorporates recreated plantation ruins. The Fazio course is nestled among lakes and trees, and the Die course presents a challenging layout with native grasses and white sand features. The resort provides a variety of accommodations, including golf villas and yacht club condos, and offers stay-and-play packages with seasonal specials. Conveniently located near Barefoot Landing, guests have easy access to shopping, dining, and entertainment options, making it an ideal destination for both golf enthusiasts and vacationers. Azalea Sands Golf Club, guys, located right there in North Myrtle Beach. As you can imagine, it is stunning. Now, it's an 18-hole par 72 course designed by Gene Ham in 1972. Known for its wide fairways, well-bunkered greens, and strategically placed lakes that come into play on 8 holes, the course offers a pure golf experience without residential distractions. Recent renovations have enhanced the clubhouse, pro shop, and dining facilities, providing a welcoming atmosphere for all golfers. With 6 sets of tees accommodating various skill levels and amenities like a putting green and chipping area, Azalea Sands is a must-visit for those seeking a relaxed yet engaging round of golf in the Grand Strand region. All right, guys, the Arcadian Shores Golf Club is technically located in Myrtle Beach, but it's close enough to make it work for you. Is a classic Rees-Jones design that has captivated golfers since its opening in 1974. As Jones's first solo project, the course masterfully integrates natural elements like live oaks, strategically placed lakes, and 64 bunkers into a challenging yet enjoyable layout. Stretching 6,857 yards from the championship tees with a par of 72, it offers a test for low handicappers while remaining accessible to players of all skill levels through multiple tee options. Notably, holes 2 and number 13 have been repeatedly recognized among the Grand Strand's Dream 18 for their memorable design and strategic demands. Recent renovations, including the installation of a Sunday Ultra Dwarf Bermuda greens and a new clubhouse, have enhanced the playing experience, solidifying Arcadian Shores' reputation as a must-play golf course right here in Myrtle Beach area. Now stay tuned, because coming up in the rest of the video, I'll discuss how this resort has appreciated, average occupancy rates, and average gross rental income based on unit bedroom count for our market. And I'll share a really big secret I learned from a former client that was featured in Forbes magazine on how to increase your occupancy rates. After that, I'll discuss buying an oceanfront condo as a second home versus as an investment property, how a light cosmetic remodel can boost your occupancy rates and gross rental income, and I'll give you a quick market report on this resort so that you make savvy investment decisions. Finally, I'll break down your projected gross rental income and all your expenses for both a cash and financing purchase so that you understand how operating an oceanfront condo impacts you financially. Then finally, I'm going to give you my top resort picks based on which resorts have appreciated the most and have the best projected profitability. All right, guys, so let's work through your appreciation right here at the Avista Resort. Guys, the concept here is to buy low and sell high. This is nothing new. Investors have been doing this. Real estate investors do this all the time, whether it's an apartment complex, whether it's an office building, or an oceanfront condo or single-family home. It's the same game. So the idea is to buy low and sell high. That's how it works. You buy an underperforming asset, you buy an old dated condo, you remodel it, you rent it out, make some good money with it, you let it appreciate, and then you sell it before that remodel wears off. It's that simple and that easy. Now, 2015, the low sold price was $130,000. 2025, 10 years later, that high sold price was $300,000. That's $170,000 in appreciation. That's $21,250. That is, it's $21,250 per year in appreciation. Again, that's how you win at this game, guys. It's real simple and real easy. You buy low and you sell high. You tell me, in addition to annual profits, in addition to tax write-offs, in addition to being able to use the oceanfront condo, where can you put $89,000 down payment and walk away with all of these wins? I know where, Myrtle Beach oceanfront condos. Now, what are other units doing here at the Avista Resort? How much gross rental income are they making? Well, let's look at it. Unit 1113 in 2024 made $30,166.15. Unit 1706 in 2024 made $33,059. Unit 723 2024 made $28,867. Again, Unit 723 in 2023 made $33,892. And then finally, Unit 1732 in 2024 made $37,121.07. Guys, that's an average gross rental income of $32,621, and a variance. If you take your highest gross rental income and you subtract it from your lowest gross rental income, you have a variance of $8,254, which suggests pretty close grouping of those gross rental incomes, which means that the Avista Resort has an established brand and rents are equalizing over the units because they have sustained demand. It's that simple and that easy. Now, people are often wondering, hey, why do some make 50 grand? Why do some make 60 grand? Why do some make 70 grand, these one bedroom units? But then other people are only making 30. Well, there's a lot of factors that go into it. The guy who's making $61,000 for his one bedroom over at the Compass Cove owns 35 properties. I would imagine he's pretty invested in his business, and I think that it shows up in his rentals. Guys, it's just like anything. You get out of this game what you put into it. Now, what's the secret about concierge services? All right, guys, well, the point is to have concierge services. I once had a client that was featured in Forbes magazine. She had a unit over at the Sea Mist Resort. She made $33,000 with this unit. It did have a nice jacuzzi jet tub. She offered these packages to her clients, and it drove the gross rental income of the unit up. You know, basically bathrobes on the bed, rose petals, towel swans, chocolate, a gift for him, a gift for her, you know, vacation packages. You know, and you could do them themed, of course, you know, for people on their honeymoon and stuff like that. It's an excellent offering. You set up a direct booking website. They go right to your website. You have 3 packages, a $500, a $1,000, a $1,500, and they all include more things. And for the convenience of all of it being planned, in other words, you bought tickets, you contacted your cleaning lady, you gave her $100, and you had her go by, you know, go and order all this stuff for you. You know, order tickets to Pirates Voyage for 2. Dinner show, order a gift, get a gift card to this restaurant here for 2, you know, get tickets to the country music festival, get, you know, and all the little things, all the little different things that it'd be super simple and super easy that people want to go do in our market. Well, if you go ahead and take care of all of that, you've got it set up in a nice little envelope, it's sitting on the nightstand for them, it's on the counter as soon as they walk in, they've got a concierge experience. And they're going to have an excellent time on their vacation, and they're going to come back, and that's going to build repeat business year over year. And they didn't have to think about it. They didn't have to plan it. You send them an automated email. You signed up for package X. It includes this, 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 and this. We've already got your tickets. We got this. It's going to be on the nightstand for you, blah, 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 blah. Guys, it's simple and easy. And if you do 10 of those at $1,500, we're talking about an extra $15,000 at the end of the year in gross rental income. And all you did was set up a direct booking website, put a web page up, a landing page with 3 different packages, let them choose one, let them process their credit card right there online. You just offered it to them in addition to their rental when they signed up on Airbnb. You told your cleaning lady, hey, here's $100, go and get all these things for me and leave them in the room for this guest. It's that simple and that easy, guys. Now stay tuned, because coming up in the rest of the video, I'll discuss buying an oceanfront condo as a second home versus as an investment property, how a light cosmetic remodel can boost your occupancy rates and gross rental income, and I'll give you a quick market report on this resort so that you make savvy investment decisions. Finally, I'll break down your projected gross rental income and all your expenses for both a cash and financing purchase, so that you understand how operating an oceanfront condo impacts you financially. Then finally, I'm going to give you my top resort picks based on which resorts have appreciated the most and have the best projected profitability. Now, do I buy this property as a second home, or do I buy it as an investment property? Well, guys, if you're going to use it, you might want to buy it as a second home. I'd say if you're going to use it 6 months out of the year, buy it as a second home. It's going to give you a cheaper interest rate, a lower down payment, but you can only rent it out 180 days out of the year. Now, if you're in the game to make money and you're not really going to use it, or you're going to use it just a few weekends or a few weeks out of the year, then you probably want to buy it as an investment property. It's going to be at least 20%, most likely 25% down. It's going to have a higher interest rate. The bank knows you're making money. They want to make money with you. And you can rent it out, 365 days a year. So you have no limits on renting it out. Now, if you buy it as a second home, it's got to be at least 75 miles from your primary residence. Additionally, you do have to occupy it at least 3 weeks out of the year. Now, remodeling your unit. Here's what investors do time and time again, guys. I see it all the time. I help investors do it. They use my contractors. It's so simple, it's so easy, and it applies to more than just oceanfront condos. It applies to real estate in general. People buy underperforming assets, properties, fix them up, and sell them. That's a fix and a flip. It's not rocket science. It's very logical. It's very simple. You buy a property that's ran down, you put some money into it, you sell it for more than you bought it for and more than the remodel cost. It's the same principle that you're doing here, except for you're just renting it out first for a few years while you hold it, and then you turn around and sell it. Now, you always want to buy the underperforming asset with the ugly carpet, the horrible countertops, the one that's ran down and looks disgusting. You want to buy that one. You want to put some money into it. I won't say always. If you're using financing and you can find one that's remodeled, it's most likely a smarter move. But for the most part, the strategy is simple. You buy an underperforming asset, you remodel it, and then you rent it out. You design it with all the top-notch design touches of the top 5% Airbnb properties, that are on the market. You make sure that you're better than all the competition. An accent wall with a fireplace and a mantle. You got popping, contrasting colors that catch people's eyes and attention on Airbnb. It has a very modern and a very trendy look. Listen, there's a game that you've got to play when you're attracting guests and rentals. You can't make the property look like whatever your tastes are and expect it to perform like a top 5%. You're catering to the masses. You're catering to a specific demographic, a specific audience. And there are key elements, like you want to have desk in the room for the kids. You want to have a little game station. You want to have a telescope by the balcony to drink wine and watch the stars. You want to advertise all that stuff in your listing. You want to have a coffee station for the mornings when they wake up. There's certain elements to this that really work, guys. And if you do it, you make great money. Yvonne, a client of mine, 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom. I can't stop talking about her. She bought an oceanfront condo for almost $600,000, a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom over at Ocean Reef. She remodeled it. She had it off the market for at least 2.5 months. When she bought the condo, it was making $104,400 in her first 12 months. Remember, she had it off the market for 2.5 months. So that means in less than 12 months, technically, 8.5 months, 9.5 months, whatever. Guess what? She made $140,000 in gross rental income and cleared $30,000 profit. She increased her gross rental income by $36,000 just her first year. She recouped the entire remodel plus some. Was it worth it to remodel the property? Absolutely. Is she already halfway there for a cash out refi? You better believe it. She's already improved the property. Now she's just got to wait a few years and let it appreciate and pull the money out of it, and she can go buy another one. Now, anyways, the point is the remodels work, guys. The top-notch products perform. It gets you winter rentals during the winter months. It makes you stand out and take market share, and you can charge a whole lot more money for a much larger and nicer condo that is in high demand. It's that simple and that easy. 1031 like-kind exchange, a very hot topic and one that many investors are interested in. Yes, you can do them with oceanfront condos. A 1031 exchange, named after Section 1031 of the IRS code, allows real estate investors to defer paying capital gains taxes when they sell an investment property, as long as they reinvest the proceeds into a like-kind property of equal or greater value within a specific time frame. The key rules include identifying the replacement property within 45 days and closing on it within 180 days of the sale. Now, this strategy helps investors grow their portfolios more efficiently by deferring taxes and leveraging their equity. But it requires careful planning and the use of a qualified intermediary to handle the transaction. Guys, I have a qualified intermediary for you that I would like to introduce to you to help facilitate your 1031 like-kind exchange. It's that simple and that easy. If you're interested in purchasing properties and you're concerned about capital gains tax, this is a viable strategy that many investors use to build wealth. Get in contact with me. It's 843-360-1737, and I can help you with that 1031 like-kind exchange. I get calls and emails every day from investors just like you looking to make their move into the Myrtle Beach market. They want to invest in short-term vacation rental properties. They want to invest in oceanfront condos. They want to know where the best deals are in our market. Well, guys, you're talking to the right person. 843-360-1737. I'm going to help you put your hands on the best deals in our market. If you're a first-time investor or a seasoned investor, if you're 1 year, 6 months, 3 years out, I don't care where you are in the investing process, pick up the phone, give me a call, send me an email, shoot me a text message, and let one of the many stories on our channel be one of your stories. Now let's talk through low HOAs versus high HOAs. Let's talk through special assessments and kind of the correlation and how this all plays out. Now people, first-time investors generally want a low HOA resort because they feel like it's less risk. I'm going to completely debunk that for you in just a minute. So I had a client ask me, well, how do I avoid getting hit with a bunch of special assessments? And she was basically working through the understanding that when you have an HOA that has a super low fee, most likely they're not setting aside money in reserves. In fact, most likely they're probably not running the business portion of the HOA well. They're not building up a cushion in case things happen and they need to fix it. Now, generally the higher HOAs are at resorts that have healthy businesses, and they're collecting, instead of setting aside every month when you pay your HOA dues, they are collecting reserves. Now those reserves will go to take care of, most likely, items that need to be fixed and are repaired on site. Now, would you rather pay $50 or $100 a month towards the reserves in your HOA payment, maybe even $150 a month? Or would you rather get hit with a $15,000 special assessment? In my opinion, it's smarter to pay it incrementally. It's not such a big blow. It's already accounted for, and they're setting money aside in the reserves so that they don't have to issue you a special assessment. With a lower HOA fee, they're going to issue you special assessments anytime something breaks or needs to be fixed. Is it better to have a low HOA fee and get hit with multiple assessments throughout the year or a few years in a row that eat through your profits, or just to go ahead and invest in a place that has a higher HOA fee that is putting aside money in reserves to take care of those things so that you don't have to have special assessments over and over and over again each and every year? So, in my opinion, it is more risk. In my opinion, it is more risk to purchase a lower tier oceanfront condo at a lower tier resort with lower HOA fees. It is because there's a lot more competition in the lower end of the market. Those smaller units, there's a huge supply of them. They don't appreciate as well, so there's nothing to really carry you through on the back. If you have a lean year or you get a bunch of special assessments or something hits you, there's nothing really to carry you through if you don't make a lot of profits on the smaller oceanfront condos, as opposed to the larger oceanfront condos that appreciate much better, and they can carry you through some of those lean years. Over the lifetime of the investment, you are still okay if you have a few years where you only make $5,000 profit, $10,000 profit, whatever, on those larger oceanfront condos, $15,000 profit on those leaner years, because they appreciate so well on the back end. It carries you through. You don't have that cushion with a smaller oceanfront condo. I ran numbers, I think it was over at the Dunes Village, on a guy, he was selling his condo. If he would have sold it as asking price, we're looking at $54,000 in appreciation while he owned that condo, a year. That's substantial appreciation. As where the smaller oceanfront condos don't appreciate nearly as well, you'd be lucky to get $100,000, or you'd be doing well at $100,000 appreciation for owning it, 7, 8, 9, 10 years versus owning a larger oceanfront condo for 10 years and you're getting $300,000 in appreciation. So there's a lot more cushion in the appreciation aspect of it that's going to carry you overall if you look at everything, the annual profits, and appreciation combined. If you look at both, there's a lot more cushion in those larger oceanfront condos. So, thinking through risk, people at low tier or resorts that are afraid of high HOA fees, and they think they justify it in their mind going, I'm taking less risk by buying something that's cheaper because it's less money out of pocket that I have to spend. Technically, they're positioning themselves to have the highest amount of competition, to have the lowest amount of hedge and appreciation, and to get hit with lots of special assessments. Because their HOA is not setting money aside in the reserve account. Now you tell me what sense that makes, buying a low-tier oceanfront condo with a low HOA fee, all because you're afraid to take on more risk. You're technically taking on more risk. All right, so if you have a 401k and you have retirement funds, but not enough to live off of, which many Americans are in that boat, because a 401k was never designed for you to retire off of. It was an account for executives to be able to stash away some extra cash, and it got turned into a quote-unquote retirement account. But there's generally, unless you have a ridiculous amount of money in that 401k, it's not going to be enough money for you to retire on. This is where Myrtle Beach oceanfront condos, real estate investing, comes into play. Because you've got money in your account that you can be putting in hard assets that generate great annual profits, that appreciate, and that give you tax write-offs. And that's going to happen a lot faster than what you can do in the stock market. Now, or even with bonds, or even with long-term rentals. Myrtle Beach oceanfront condos are one of the best investments in the market. Now, 401k non-recourse loans. A non-recourse loan against a 401k is used when purchasing real estate within the 401k itself, typically through a self-directed solo 401k plan. In this setup, the 401k account, not the individual, purchases the property, not the individual, not the person, but the 401k purchases the property. And a non-recourse loan is used because IRS rules prohibit personal guarantees on 401k owned investments. Now, a non-recourse loan means the lender can only seize the property if there's a default. They cannot go after the investor's personal assets or the rest of the 401k funds. Now, this allows investors to leverage their retirement funds to buy real estate while keeping the investment compliant with IRS rules. However, only the 401k benefits from the investment returns. The annual profits you're making, you can't touch. It's got to go back into the 401k. It can't go into your personal account. And strict rules around prohibited transactions must be followed to avoid penalties. Guys, I just helped a client purchase an oceanfront condo at Dunes Village, a place that is infamous for gross rental income in our market, with a 401k non-recourse loan. It's a very smart move, guys, and you should get started now building that nest egg up. Absolutely. If you do not have enough money to retire on because you're planning on living longer, because your lifestyle demands it, then you need to get in contact with me so that I can get you in contact, and you have a 401k, of course, so that I can get you in contact with a qualified person that can do a 401k non-recourse loan for you. My cell phone's 843-360-1737. Give me a call and let me help you out. Those retirement years could be a whole lot better, and you could be living in a lot more comfort if you had that extra $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 in profit coming in passively from an asset like an oceanfront condo. Now guys, lots of people are concerned about HOAs. HOAs protect the appreciation aspect of your investment. You know, ultimately, the HOA consists of people that own at that particular resort and they don't want to pay any of those high HOA fees or any more fees than they have to pay. However, they have enough sense to know that if they don't maintain the property and take care of it well, that the property is going to lose value, and the tourists are not going to continue to rent that property any longer. If that happens, the money that you're counting on in appreciation at the end of the investment when you go to sell it is gone. And that's what you don't want. The appreciation is an excellent, excellent builder of wealth. Additionally, it serves as a hedge in case you don't do as well renting your property out. Now, of course, I don't want that for you. I don't expect that for you. If you follow the channel, then you're learning all the things to do. If we've had a few conversations, I'm telling you what to do. So HOAs protect the investment. They protect that appreciation aspect of your property. And when you go to resell it, you're going to be really happy that you had an HOA. Now, investors often are concerned about higher HOA fees. Well, most of the time, the best resorts have the highest HOA fees. They have higher HOA fees. You do not let the HOA fee determine where you invest your money. You let the upside, you let the gross rental income, you follow the money, you follow the cash. It's horrible to allow fear of not having enough and you're not going to be able to make the payment, you're afraid the HOA is too high, to be the determinant as to where you invest. You know, not everybody is successful at investing. A lot of people think that way. Fear is what's driving their decision. Fear is not a smart investment strategy. I wouldn't let it be in the driver's seat if I was you. And you can't. You got to look at the units that are top performing, and you've got to go to those resorts. You got to check out the inventory and the products that are currently on the market, and you've got to invest where you've got upside and potential, where you can make money, because the whole point of this is to make money. You don't invest in a place with a low HOA fee at a low tier resort that doesn't have a really strong brand name. A lot of people don't know about it, and hardly anyone wants to rent there. In my opinion, it's just not a smart strategy. Why would you cap yourself at a place, let's say that, you know, has units, they're making $30,000 a year gross income, when you could be at a place that's making $90,000 or $100,000 a year, and you're putting $30,000 a year in profit in your pocket, all because you weren't intimidated by an HOA fee. And by the way, the tourists that rent the condo pay the fees. And if you're doing it well, and you've watched the interview with Matt Freeze, at least one of them, he plainly said that on his, he owns, you know, at the time I interviewed him, he owned 11 oceanfront condos. Guys, he plainly says, June, July, and August, he makes enough money on his condos to pay all the bills for the whole year. So what are you worried about? What are you afraid about? Don't let that HOA fee intimidate you and stop you. Invest where you can make money and build wealth. It requires risk to build wealth. That's how it works. Let's talk about doing a cash out refi. Guys, the real estate strategy using a cash out refinance involves pulling equity from your first investment property after it has appreciated in value or you've paid down the mortgage, and using those funds as a down payment for your next property. Now here's how it works. You buy your first property, you improve it or hold it over time, and once it gains enough equity, you refinance it for more than you currently owe. You take the difference in cash, tax deferred, and use it to buy your second property. You repeat the process, improve, refinance, reinvest, and you create a snowball effect of portfolio growth without needing to come up with new capital for each deal. Now, this method lets investors scale rapidly, but it requires good credit. Strategic property selection, that's where I come in, and you got to get the property selection right, because if not, you're shooting yourself in the foot, you're stifling that snowball effect. If you don't get this one right and it doesn't have solid financials, you might not get approval for the next condo or the cash out refi. Or anyways, the point is you want to make sure you get the right property. Now, strong cash flow is going to be important, and discipline to avoid over leveraging. You do not want to over leverage. So guys, it's very simple and very easy. Lots of people buy oceanfront condos using a cash out refi, either on their primary residence. They'll pull, you know, a few $100,000 out of their home. Of course, their mortgage goes up a little bit, $1,100, $1,200, depending upon how much money they pull out. And they purchase an oceanfront condo, or they do a cash out refi on the oceanfront condo that they bought their first one. It's that simple and that easy. It does create a snowball effect. Once you buy a property and improve it, and it appreciates, and you've paid down that mortgage, of course you're going to pull that cash out and buy another oceanfront condo. Well, you wait 3 or 4 more years. Now you've got 2 oceanfront condos that you can employ this same strategy with. You do it to both of them. Now you bought 2 more, and you have 4 oceanfront condos. Well, yes, you can do it again. 4 more years goes by. You improve properties. You pay out all those profits you're making on the oceanfront condo rentals into the mortgage, and guess what you do? You buy 4 now. Now you got 8 oceanfront condos. So it creates a snowball effect, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, that nest egg, allowing you to really build some substantial wealth over time. It's a very viable strategy. If you're interested in learning more about it, give me a call. It's 843-360-1737. And now, it is the moment you have been waiting for, and one of the most exciting parts of the video. Let's break down your projected gross rental income and all your expenses for both a cash and financing purchase, so that you understand how operating an oceanfront condo impacts you financially. And then I'll give you my top resort picks based on which resorts have appreciated the most and have the best projected profitability.
All right, guys, so let's work through a cash scenario purchase right here at the A Vista Resort. Guys, this is for a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom. That purchase price was $359,000. Your gross rental income projection, I've got you at $50,000. Listen, a decent 1-bedroom is going to make $40,000. A good 1-bedroom is going to make $50,000. An exceptional 1-bedroom is going to make $72,000. And I know that might seem high, but I did find a 1-bedroom at the Caribbean Resort that made $72,000. I did find another 1-bedroom over at Compass Cove that made $60,000 the last 2 years in a row. 60 and some change, and then 61 just last year. So I think a $50,000 gross rental income projection on a solid unit. Obviously, it's got to be updated. Obviously, you got to be working your business and marketing that unit. But yes, $50,000 is a completely reasonable number. Now, your Airbnb platform fee of 3% of the gross rental income is $1,500. If you take that away from the $50,000 you made, you're left with a gross rental income subtotal of $48,500. Now, your property taxes in 2024 were $1,999.85. Now, one thing I want you to notice: when you buy an investment property, you're not going to have property taxes that are calculated at the 4% rate. That's only for primary residents. You'll have property taxes counted at the 6% rate for non-residents and for investment properties. Now, your excise tax was $433. Very simply put, guys, excise tax is for your use with the local police department and the fire department. Essentially, they're gonna, when you buy this condo, the city of North Myrtle Beach is going to send you a business license, and you're going to have to register this condo and have to get a business license to own and operate a short-term vacation rental property in our market. Now, they're going to charge you a $145 base fee for your first $2,000 in gross rental income, and then $6 for every $1,000 you make after that. That's where you get that $433 fee from, and it is for your use in local police department and fire department. Local hospitality and accommodations tax. It's 1.5% to the city of Myrtle Beach, 1.5% to Horry County. I've combined them for a total of 3% of your gross rental income. That's $1,500. There is a 10% South Carolina state tax. Guess what? If you're on the Airbnb platform fee, they pass that through to the guests, so you don't have to worry about it. All of the other platforms don't necessarily do that, though. Your property taxes, personal property taxes, we've got you at $450. That's for your furnishings. Anytime you have an investment property in the state of South Carolina, you are going to have to pay personal property taxes on those furnishings. And then your annualized HOA dues, that's $11,196. That brings you to an operating expense subtotal of $15,578.85. If you have a gross operating income subtotal up top of $48,500, you take away your operating expenses of $15,578.85. Well, guess what? Your projected profitability is as much as $32,921.15. Guys, I did not include your cleaning costs because that's going to pass through to your guests. The platform is going to allow you to charge your guests for cleaning fees. I would say typically you'll pay about $120 for a 1-bedroom unit, maybe $150 2-bedroom unit, depending upon the cleaner. But what I typically see is $120. I've ran a calculation there at the bottom at $150. That's typically for a 2-bedroom unit, though. That's going to be $4,500 for the year. Now, it will be it should be a point of profit. If you can work it out with your cleaning person to only charge $120 to clean your unit, and then you charge a fee on the platform of $150, well, you're pocketing $30 every time you turn that unit over. And that's what you should do. Now, your internet, electricity, and pest control, again, are included in the HOA fee, and the HOA fee per month is $933. Your cash-on-cash return for this investment is 9%. All right, so let's look at a financing scenario purchase right here at the Avista Resort in North Myrtle Beach. Your purchase price, again, was $359 for this 1-bedroom. Your down payment is going to be 25% of the purchase price. That's $89,750. Your gross rental income projection, $50,000. Your Airbnb platform fee, $1,500, bringing you to a subtotal of $48,500. Your principal and interest is $21,492. Now that does assume a 7% interest rate on a fixed rate mortgage for 30 years. Very simple, very easy. Your property taxes in 2024 were $1,999.85. Your excise tax, $433. Local hospitality and accommodations tax, $1,500. Personal property taxes, $450. Annualized HOA dues, $11,196. Guys, that brings you to an operating expense subtotal of $37,070.85. If you take the $37,000 from the $48,000 up top, you are left with a projected profitability of $11,429.15 with a cash-on-cash return of 13%. Guys, where can you put $89,750 and walk away with $11,000 a year? Well, guess where? Myrtle Beach oceanfront condos. On top of the fact that you can use the unit yourself, personal use, that other people are paying for, on top of the fact that the 20 to 22 million tourists that rent these oceanfront condos are building equity in it for you each and every year as they pay those payments for you, as they rent that unit. On top of the fact that you can do a cost segregation study and write off on your taxes depreciation. I had a client that wrote off, she got a $34,000 tax refund after she did a cost segregation study. There are numerous benefits to owning an oceanfront condo, besides just the personal use of being able to come to Myrtle Beach, one of the greatest places in the world, play golf, vacation with your family. There's lots to do here, right here in North Myrtle Beach at the Avista Resort. Now let's work through your depreciation right here at the Avista Resort, guys. That purchase price was $359. The IRS says that residential real estate has a useful life of 27.5 years. Essentially, the straight line method allows you to write off that purchase price. You take that $359, you divide it by that 27.5, and you have a taxable income deduction of $13,054.55. In other words, the IRS is going to let you make that $13,000 but not have to pay taxes on it. Come on, that's a win. Now, that's for depreciation, which is wear and tear, and economic obsolescence. Economic obsolescence is as newer units are built, the older ones lose their value. It's that simple and that easy. Now, we all know that if you take care of your property, it's never really going to lose its value, but they do give you these great tax write-offs. Now, you need to do something called a cost segregation study. I have a CPA who can help you with that. It's very simple and very easy. It's not complicated. Again, I had an investor this past year that got a $34,000 tax refund by doing a cost segregation study where they simply accelerated the amount of depreciation that they could take over the life of the investment. Instead of taking it evenly over 27.5 years, they took a lot. You could be writing off as much as $40,000 in that first year. Get in contact with me if you need a solid CPA. It's 843-360-1737.
Now you're probably wanting to know, what are the top 5 oceanfront condo resorts in Myrtle Beach, or in the market period? Well, in the market period, I found one at Sea Marsh last year. The place only has one pool. It's not like a super nice place, but the guy had the right design elements on the unit. He made $90,000 in gross rental income on his unit. In my estimation, he cleared $24,000 profit. He's just got a well-designed unit, and the place is standard. It doesn't have major amenities, doesn't have crazy draws. It's got an $847 a month HOA, a low HOA, but guess what? He crushed it because of the design element on the unit. It's that simple and that easy, guys. Nothing special, nothing hidden. Sea Marsh, it's up there. Ocean Reef, Avon, she's up there, 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom. Caribbean, 1-bedroom, made $72,000 in gross rental income. Let me see here. Dunes Village, by far, absolutely, the majority of their units consistently outperform the rest of the market. Their ocean view units perform better than probably most oceanfront units elsewhere because they have an indoor water park and you can rent the unit out 12 months out of the year due to that indoor water park. It is a sustainable competitive advantage. Dunes Village continues to be one of the top performers in the market. I found a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom that made $103,000 over there. Definitely killing it. I found a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom. It's under contract now. Made $124,000. I mean, like, Dunes Village, definitely. Finally, I'd say Oceans 1 or Resort. I found a unit over there, a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom that made $109,000. Yes, Oceans 1 over in the south end of the beach. I know a lot of investors are skeptical about it, but guys, people are making money there to the tune of $109,000. We're talking, you know, $29,000 profit. So that's my top 5. If you want to know more, get in contact with me, have a conversation with me, call me, guys. I really enjoy hearing from you guys. It's 843-360-1737. Send me a text message, shoot me an email, jump on a live Zoom call with me, ask me your questions, and let's get you somewhere into this investing game that you really want to be in, building wealth and securing a great future for you and your family. I get calls and emails every day from investors just like you looking to make their move into the Myrtle Beach market. They want to invest in short-term vacation rental properties. They want to invest in oceanfront condos. They want to know where the best deals are in our market. Well, guys, you're talking to the right person. 843-360-1737. I'm going to help you put your hands on the best deals in our market. If you're a first-time investor or a seasoned investor, if you're 1 year, 6 months, 3 years out, I don't care where you are in the investing process, pick up the phone, give me a call, send me an email, shoot me a text message, and let one of the many stories on our channel be one of your stories.